Hello everyone, I'm Anna and I'm one of your postgraduate student content creators this year. So I'm really excited to give you some advice and a glimpse on what it's like to be a student here at LSE. So in this video, I thought I'd share some key advice on navigating London's extensive transport system as a student. First and foremost, and probably most obvious, is to check the nearest public transport connections to your accommodation, to give you an idea of what to expect before you arrive and to allow you to figure out how to get to your accommodation in the first instance. And linked to this, it's always good to experiment with different methods. For instance, I walked to and from campus a couple of times, took the bus, then cycled and realised that the tube was the best option. Secondly, get an Oyster card. This is a must-have in London and is essentially a travel card on which you upload money to pay as you go, and it can be used on any method of transport. There are two main types of Oyster cards you can get as a student. Either the student 18 plus Oyster card, which costs £20 and is most useful if you intend on getting the bus or tram, as you can get a third off of these services. Alternatively, if you don't intend on getting the bus and tram pass, the regular adult Oyster card costs £7, can be bought online or at any tube station. It is often cheaper to opt for this as opposed to the student Oyster card if you realise that you won't be using the bus frequently. You can also get discounted travel on the tube with these Oyster cards if you have a rail card, so you need to order this separately and it gives you a third off on off-peak travel. On that note, you may find a lot of jargon about off-peak and peak times. Peak time denotes when it's busiest to travel, and this is during rush hours. Every weekday except public holidays, there are two windows of peak times, these being in the morning from 6:30 to 9:30 and in the afternoon and evening from 4 to 7. Beyond these hours is what is labelled off-peak. This distinction is primarily important if you use the tube. The next tip is relevant for anyone travelling in London, so if you have your family and friends visiting, let them know about this one. Provided you use the same payment method across the entire travel network, you will not need to pay beyond a certain amount due to fare capping. This will be done automatically, so you don't need to worry about getting charged as you tap somewhere if you know you have reached your cap. You can take an unlimited number of buses and tram journeys in 1 hour. This is known as the hopper fare. Finally, if you are keen on finding a new way to discover London and enjoy cycling, then make use of the Santander Bikes. Getting a long-term membership, either monthly or annually, is a really cost-effective means of travelling. There are multiple docking stations on campus alone and hundreds concentrated throughout the city. So those are some of my top tips for travelling as a student in London. Given how many different travel options there are in the city, I thought I'd help narrow these down and explain a lot of the jargon around travelling in London. I hope you have found this really useful and I hope you enjoy exploring London. Safe travels! Bye!